Hi guys, it's Mara. I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to be talking about things to do while we're stuck in quarantine. This is such a weird time to be alive. Most of us have never ever gone through this before. So I've decided to compile a list of things to do while we're stuck at home, while we can't go out really, can't go see our friends, and yeah. So the first thing on my list is to do your schoolwork because we don't want to get behind. We don't know when we're going back to class. We don't know when we're going back to school. It could be next month. It could be never. We don't know what's going on. So stay on top of your schoolwork. It's so important, especially for high schoolers, juniors and seniors. Your grades still do matter. And plus, it'll just give you something to do. Instead of just sitting at home scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Snapchat, whatever, you can just do something productive and do your schoolwork. So 1, you're learning, and 2, you're just getting it done, and 3, you're not being bored. The next thing on my list is to stay active. Just because you are social distancing, and for most cases just because you're self-quarantined or whatever, doesn't mean that you can't stay active. Go outside, go on a walk, just hang out in your backyard, whatever. Right now where I'm at, the weather is super nice. Go outside, go on a walk, go on a bike ride, play on your playground. If you have a little swing set or whatever in your backyard that you haven't touched for years, go and play on it and hope it doesn't break. I don't know. If you have a trampoline, jump on your trampoline. And if you can't go outside, there are ways to stay active inside. If you have a treadmill, go run on your treadmill. If you have an elliptical, go do your elliptical. And if you don't have anything, there's still exercises that you can do. There's so many things that you can find online. For example, I use the Nike training app, and it's mostly free, and I've been using it for years. I so recommend it. And this free app, you can buy a premium account, but you don't really need to. And there's just workouts that you can do. There's based on your muscle group, based on what kind of equipment you have, based on the amount of space you have, based on the amount of time you want to work out. There's so many things, and that is the Nike training app. It's in the App Store. I don't know if it's available for Android, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. Working out and staying active is just so great. So just do that. Do it. Even when you're not in quarantine. Go work out. Go do it. The third thing on my list is to find a book to read. Now, personally, I've never been a big fan of reading. I've always had problems staying focused and just paying attention and getting all the way through a book. And I never would read the books that our teachers would give us to read in school. But I'm telling you, once you find the book that you like, then it changes your whole life. Luckily for me, about 2 weeks before we had to cancel school, I found this book. I was just walking around in my school library, and I found a book called Glow by Amy Kathleen Ryan, and I just kind of picked it up and was just going to read a few pages and put it back, but I fell in love with this book, and I read the whole thing in a week, which is not like me at all. I never sit down and read, but this, I was just completely glued to this book. It was Lord of the Flies meets Hunger Games meets romance. It was incredible. And when I finished reading it, I found out that it was a trilogy. So I currently am reading the second book. It's called Spark, and I ordered the third book too. It's called Flame. All 3 of the books are available on Amazon. If you have trouble sitting down and focusing and reading a book, it's probably not the right book for you. People told me that my whole life, but I never listened because it was so hard for me to just sit down and focus, but it's really because I just couldn't find the right book. I couldn't find a book that I liked, and I love these books. So I definitely recommend them. And that leads me to my next point, which is writing. If you don't like reading, maybe write something. Make up a story and write about it, or journal. They are living in history right now. This is probably going to be in a history textbook at some point. So document it. Write down your experiences. Write down how it makes you feel. Write down what's going on. Talk about how all the toilet paper has gone out of the stores. Write a science fiction story about what's happening right now. There's so many cool things that you could write about. So I actually have a journal, and I've had diaries ever since I was in 3rd or 4th grade. As long as I can remember, I've had a diary. And there's so many different ways to do it. You can do daily journaling, weekly journaling. You could do bullet journaling. I'm not super familiar with that, but I know a lot of people who do it, and it's super cool. Write about stuff that's already happened to you. Like that's my favorite kind of writing. Like writing about a story that's already happened. That's what I like to do. That's what I do in my journal. But there's so many different ways to journal and write, and it will take up a lot of time, so you're not just sitting at home doing nothing. So the next thing on my list is to learn how to play an instrument. So many people have gotten like guitars, keyboards, ukuleles over the years, and you've just never learned how to play them. Don't even lie, because it's happened to me. It's happened to so many people I know. So you probably have an instrument lying around somehow. So learn how to play it. Like take time, look at YouTube videos, find the instruction manual if you have one, like learn how to play your instrument. I personally have a keyboard that I've been wanting to learn how to play for so long. My sister learned how to play piano, that's why we have it. But I've always wanted to, because I really like singing, so I've always just been so envious of people who can like sing and play piano and even like guitar. So I really want to learn an instrument. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be doing. Okay, my next thing kind of goes against a lot of what I've been saying, but find a good movie or TV show to binge watch. Because honestly, we're gonna have a lot of time where we're just sitting at home doing nothing. If there's a show that you've been wanting to watch for a while and just have been putting it off, now's your time to do it. When I was younger, like in elementary, middle school maybe, I used to really love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I started actually re-watching the series that I watched. I think I watched like the first 2 seasons and then I stopped for like a month, but now I'm just starting to watch it again, and there's 5 seasons, so I'm going to be doing that. And I found a movie to watch. I really like scary movies, so I've just been like going on Netflix and just finding them. I recently watched The Ring. I think that's the one that it's called, about like the weird tape, and then like you watch it and then 7 days later you get killed or something. I watched that. It was pretty good. I recommend it if you like scary movies. Make sure you are taking breaks. Like make sure you're not watching TV all day every day, but just I don't know, just watch TV. It helps pass time. So my next point is to try something that you've always wanted to do or you've always wanted to start. Like, I know some people get stuff for Christmas that they've never really even used. Find an old Christmas gift that you've never really used and then go and do that. For me, my thing is I decided to make a YouTube channel. I've been wanting to make videos for months, and I was going back and forth between wanting to make YouTube videos and wanting to make a podcast, and I just didn't know. So I decided to do YouTube videos since I have this camera, and I just never really used it that much because right when I got it, I kind of stopped making videos. But I was like, hey, might as well just start now since we have all this extra time. So yeah, whether it's like make videos or paint, if you want to learn how to paint, I don't know. If you've always wanted to learn how to knit, that's a good one. You could knit. Another one, I didn't write this down, but do any like housekeeping things that you've just kind of put off. Like I have this lamp right here, and it has like 5 light bulbs, and 2 of them have been blown out for years. Like I've had this lamp since I was like 8 years old, and 2 of the lights have been blown out for so long, and I think yesterday I went back and put light bulbs in them, and it's just like it feels so great to just finally have that done. So yeah, if you have something like that to do, if you have light bulbs to change, or if you have dusting to do, then just do it because you've got nothing else to do really. And my last point is that make sure you are still keeping in contact with your friends. Just because we're social distancing doesn't mean we have to stop talking to each other altogether. There's group FaceTime, there's texting, there's Snapchat calls, there's Skype, there's Google Hangouts and Zoom for all of you guys doing online school right now. Do it with your friends. It'll be fun. You don't have to just stay locked up in your room with the lights off all day, every day for however long this lasts. There's still so many things that you can do and still go about your day and your daily routine as if, nothing was really going on, I guess. I know that seems easier said than done, which believe me it is, because all I've been wanting to do is just lay in my bed and watch TV. I honestly am finding more and more things to do, but if you only take one thing from this video, it is to go outside and take advantage of the nice weather that we have right now. And if it's raining, then go and have an umbrella. I don't know, just keep the windows open so just you have exposure, because we're all gonna go insane if all we do is sit in our rooms with the lights off, not talking to anyone. So just make sure you're just staying above water, maintaining your humanity for as long as possible, guys. This really sucks, but we will get through it together. We just have to keep fighting, keep pushing, keep living day by day, not worrying about the future. And for the love of God, turn off the news. It is so depressing. Obviously it's good to stay informed and keep up with what's going on, but having that negative commentary just at you 24/7 is so horrible for our mental health, and that is why we're all gonna tank if we don't keep high spirits. So just make sure you are staying positive, make sure you're talking to your friends, make sure you're going outside, make sure you're checking up on people too. You know, because everyone's kind of going through it right now, especially us high school seniors. I just know that this is going to pass and that it's really bad right now and it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. But I promise that if we all just stick together and stay positive and be optimistic, then it will be okay, guys. That's about it I have for this video. Stay tuned. The next videos are going to be really fun, and I hope you guys stick around and watch this too. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.